Hey guys, and welcome to Stressless Saturday. It's a pretty bright day today, so if I'm squinting, apologies in advance. So today's topic is going to be the challenges with that you will face with progress and how to measure progress. Realistically, most people measure progress by what they see on the scale, but I'm going to show you why that's a good thing and a bad thing, as well as other ways you can measure progress and ways that you can keep yourself motivated. So obviously, coming from a roadblocks and challenges perspective, when I was a bigger boy, my first plateau was about the 140 or 150 mark. I can't really remember. And the numbers on the scale weren't going down. And so because I was just using the scale as a form of measurement, it was the only way that I knew I was either succeeding or failing. And so realistically, it put me back about 4 or 5 weeks because I thought, it's probably just I've had a bad week, or I'll cut some nutrition, do whatever. But basically, I changed my whole workout, and I wasn't sure what was working and what wasn't. And even more, it was a case of I was still losing centimeters around the waist, but because the numbers around weren't going down on the scale, I thought I wasn't progressing. So that's what I'm going to talk about now. Some challenges that you may face when doing any sort of health and fitness regime is that don't just depend on the scale itself. The scale is a great form of progress, but it shouldn't be your only form of success or failure. So other ways that I speak about, the other ways that I use and tell my clients about to use on a regular basis, on a weekly, monthly, depending on what their goals are, is a progress photo. So I've spoken about this before. I've had a webinar where I talk about, the importance of progress photos and why they're so key, because you see really quickly at a weekly, if you take progress photos every week, that, you'll notice some more muscle definition, or if weight loss is your goal, you may notice, some muscle gains, or if you put some weight on, so you start looking fuller. On a weekly, fortnightly, or monthly basis, depending on how far your goal is, if it's deadline driven or if it's outcome focused. So all those things depend. Obviously, I was talking about another form of measurements, the weight on the scale, the most common one, if it's going up or down. Other forms of measurements are actual measurements themselves. So do your neck, do your chest for a guy, waist, hips for girls, thighs and calves, and that'll give you an overall. It'll give you like a 3D image of if you've actually lost some centimeters. Obviously, you're not going to lose massive centimeters around the neck, but 1 or 2 centimeters across the 6-month periods, showing progress, right? So that's another form of measurement, and also calculation. So you can use like the online calculators that I have on my website. So that's for your BMI, your body mass index, your body fat calculators, and there's also ideal weight. So most people, turn around and say, I want to lose 10 kilos, but realistically, in order for them to become normal or become an average weight, they only may need to lose 2 or 3 kilos. So it's just going to be a nice and short and sweet one, guys, straight to the point. Also, one thing I want to say is that make sure you're consistently measuring your progress, in the sense that take a progress photo. It should only take you 5 to 10 minutes to complete all of the above. So it should take you 5 to 10 minutes to weigh in the morning, same time every day of the week. Same time every morning, same scale. And so what you want to be doing is measuring after waking, before breakfast, before anything like that. Then you want to do your centimeters, so your measurements, your neck, your waist, your hips, whatever it may be, male or female. And then what you also want to do is just jump on and have a look at progress photo. If you can't take it yourself, get somebody else to take it for you, and just write those down in a diary, just a basic diary, even a piece of paper that says whatever, the 1st of November to the 1st of December, these were the changes. And you can basically see, okay, look, I didn't really do too well with my nutrition, or I didn't train as hard as I wanted to, so these are the results I was getting. And it's a good way to compare, because although it's in our head, when the time passes, it's not, you don't really see, and you can't really recall what you were doing at that certain point in time to get that success. So because it's in a diary, it should take you all of 5 minutes in your entire week to complete, and you'll be able to refer back to it as a baseline. It's okay, look, this is what I look like in October, this is what I'm looking like in January next year. So use that as a baseline, guys. Probably the best advice that I can give you right now is just measure your progress, and make sure you've got enough data to tell you if you're doing the right thing, if you're going towards your goal. If not, make some changes. Feel free to reach out, guys, as well, if you guys need some advice on any more challenges or roadblocks. But until then, have a great weekend. I hope you guys enjoy it. Rest up for those of you who are resting today. Progress tomorrow for the clients that have the app. Check in and progress. So you guys should be getting that email. Until Wednesday, guys, have a good weekend. Catch you later.